Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Check That Post podcast. I'm your host, Jen, and these are my beautiful co-hosts.
Christina,
Marjorie, Queen.
And we are having a conversation tonight about having those real negative thought patterns demolished. We finna shut it down, starting right now, here tonight. Mm-hmm. But before we go there, we're gonna do a check-in. How was y'all day today?
mine was pretty good. Sober. It was kind of long, but at the same time, it's Friday Eve, so we only got one more day to the weekend. So I had a pretty good day today.
Thank God for Friday.
Oh yeah,
Margie.
Same old for me. I be getting off in the morning, so I got some rest, and it was a pretty good day. Got some good stuff going on, so I'm grateful.
Okay. All right, yeah. Queen.
So I had a pretty good day too.
Okay. All right.
How about you?
Oh, I'm alive. I'm in good health. I feel good, and I'm happy to be here.
And you look good.
Thank you. So do y'all. And I hope y'all doing good, having a good Friday Eve as well. All right, let's get into it. Today, like I said, we're going to talk about those negative thought patterns. How can you break those? That's a bad habit. We don't want that. So how can you start thinking more positive about yourself, about your life, about any and everything? How can you do that after thinking negative all your life? Like the first thought come to your mind is something negative. How can you break that unhealthy habit?
It's really hard. I know for me, I got some advice recently, and it was almost like some of the thoughts you have, like when you know you have a lot going on and you still have to be present in the moment, you pretty much tuck those thoughts, you know, for the moment, like they're there, and you talk about it, acknowledge your thoughts, but you're basically like tucking it for the moment so you can still be present in the moment. Now, as far as overcoming them, I mean, you just have to talk your way through it. It's not easy at all. Acknowledgement is the biggest part of it, because acknowledging the truth is your first step to learning what steps you need to take to handle your truth. So.
Well, how can you recognize in the first place that it is a negative thought?
I mean, I think we all know what's happy or sad, what's good or bad. Anything that makes you feel down, sad, depressed, or like negative is obviously bad or a bad thought. Another good point is realizing what's truth and what's a lie. Because like overthinkers, it's very easy for overthinkers to think every lie is the truth, because you're like overthinking everything, or you're like making stuff up in your brain to the point where you think it exists, but really you just overthought it into existence. It's not even a thing. So talking about it is the biggest step.
Okay.
Help! And I think talking about it with somebody, you know, that kind of went through the same thing, you know, would kind of help as well. Like if you did seek a therapist, you know, having a therapist that went through the same thing that you went through, that might have once, you know, woke up every day with those same negative thought patterns, and however they overcame them, you know, that same thing might help for you. One thing that came to my mind is just, like she said, acknowledging it, number one, and then also just coming to grips with, you know, is it true? You know, if it is true, it's okay if it is true, but, you know, once you acknowledge it and you realize that, okay, I need to change this thought, this mindset that I have about this certain particular thing. So what can I do to change my mindset? So, and I put this like in my everyday life, or my everyday aspect. Just I'll just say one thing, and I'll say, like, me, I like to do nails. So like, in my mind, I might do my nails and be like, this is ugly. I really don't like this. I did not do a good job at this at all. But then I might go to the store and somebody, at the register might be like, I love your nails. Who does your nails? And I'm like, me, but they look so bad. Like, I really don't like them at all, but whole time, I'm getting compliments from other people. So I'm like, okay, it must not be that bad then. But me, myself, I'm sitting here telling myself, like, no, it don't look that good, girl. Like, you might need to stop. Like, go get your nails done. Like, but really in that, in our actuality, I really wasn't even doing that bad. And the more I did it, the better I got, and, the better they became. But it took other people, to make me realize, like, girl, you ain't doing bad at all. Like, you really doing good. That look good, So it took me, saying it to other people, like you said, for me to realize, like, okay, maybe I'm not that bad. Like, maybe I keep on trying and keep on getting better, and that's what happened. So,
why is that? Why is it that we always come down so hard on ourselves, but it really
because other people do too. Other people do too. Because when other people come down on you, that's what make you come down on yourself. Because you be like, Lord, I ain't think I did that bad. But then you like, I guess I did. If other people telling you, people are so mean. Like, people are not nice. Like, they just will beat you down. Like, you could be trying your best too, and instead of them being like, oh, it's okay, you tried your best, you can do better next time, they'll be like, boo, oh, you did terrible. Like, but it's, again too, it's the people that you surround yourself with and stuff. So all that come into play when you're thinking about trying to overcome that negativity.
Right. Queen, you got anything?
Well, we all can be our worst critics. So, and a lot of times we overthink. And so we set such high standards for ourselves, and we have to allow ourselves a little leeway that if it doesn't work out, it doesn't mean that we're not doing good. It just means that because we as women, we'll turn things over and over and over in our head. And so we move off of emotions. And so today it may be bad, but tomorrow I'll be like, oh, I'm glad I did this. You might have found an outfit or something, that could go along with what you were stressing over, or, the thoughts that you have in your head. A lot of times, if we don't surround ourselves, like you said, with people that are speaking positive, we tend to stay in a place where we're down in ourselves. One of the things that I find helpful for me is putting on some good music. I love jazz. I love upbeat songs. And when I want to cry or have a pity party, I put on something slow. So, but for the most part, I like to have upbeat music. I like to get around positive people. My children, friends, family, somebody that I can chill with and just act a monkey, and it'll bring me out of that situation.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I just find myself struggling with, is because I am hard on myself. If I know I put in the work, say for instance, like when I was competing and I was working out, and I know I was putting in the work, but with my eyes, I couldn't see the results. But my trainer would tell me, you doing good, you just stay on that right track, because you got this.
Right.
But it took me to push myself to work a little bit harder before I actually, in my eyes, seen the results. Everybody else could see it.
Right.
I couldn't see it. Say, for instance, my pet peeve, having a little transparent moment. My pet peeve for me is my body weight, because it goes up and down, up and down. I know what to do to get to where I want to get, but I just choose to keep eating and eating and eating because I like to eat. But if I want to look a certain way, I know what to do to get there. It's just pushing myself to do it.
Right.
But I would take it like, girl, come on now, put that down. You don't need them chips or, you know, I love to drink red wine every now and then, but that's another thing that be putting weight on you. So when I look at my waistline and I know what to do to get it, the six-pack, but it's just putting in the work to do it.
Yeah.
Like, and I be coming down on myself so bad and talking down on myself so bad. My body hears me. And my mind hears me. So I'm going to stop doing negative talking to myself and instead encouraging myself to do better.
Yeah.
Because when you know better, you do better. So I know better. So I'm going to do better. But to get to where I want to go, and this is one thing that I always say, if you don't like the way you look, do something about it.
Change it.
Do something to change it.
Right.
So
You don't find that suspicious?
that's my transparent moment. You got to have that self-talk with yourself and encourage yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Like anybody that's listening to this, if you find yourself talking down to yourself, say for instance, somebody give you a compliment, girl, you look good. You say, yeah, but what? But what? They just told you look good. First thing we say is, yeah, but look at this. Yeah, but look at that. They just said you look good. Take it. Take the compliment. Be happy. Say thank you and keep it moving. That's an encouragement that you on the right track. Keep on going.
Yeah. It took me a long time to learn how to do that.
I still fight with that.
Everything. I'm like, this old thing or this thing was $5. You know where I got this from? Like, every time. And I just had to learn to stop doing it. Like, girl, just take it. And now I just be like, oh, thank you.
Yes, it's a process, and it ain't gonna happen overnight. Because if you've been living your whole life doing it, it's automatic to you.
Yeah.
But when those negative thoughts come, replace it with something positive. If somebody be in a corner talking and whispering, I think we touched on this the last episode. Automatically, you think they talking about you. Well, I don't have that problem because, you know, I don't care. You can talk how you want to. That's just me. But automatically, you think that, oh, they must be talking about me. That ain't necessarily the case. They probably ain't even thinking about you. But because they looking your way, automatically you assume that they talking about you.
And you assume that they saying something negative.
Exactly. They might be complimenting you to each other. Like, you see her? She looking good. What you think? And you over here thinking, oh, maybe I need to tuck this in. You know, it ain't even like that. That's those negative thoughts. You got to learn how to control them. It's a process, but it can be done.
It definitely
and I tell you something else that might help. Turn on, like you said, the music, something that make you feel good. Do something to make you feel good. And treat yourself. Do your nails, do your hair, work out, whatever. Fix you something to eat if you want to eat something. Eat some ice cream. Give yourself a treat. Look yourself in the mirror and say, girl, you look good. Because I do tell myself that. One thing about it, you got to love yourself. If you want anybody else to love on you, you got to love you first. And then that'll come out. And then other people will be drawn to that. So that's one good thing. If you have trouble thinking positive about yourself. Just look in the mirror and say, I love you, girl. If you're a guy, don't be afraid to tell yourself, man, I look good. However y'all be
Y'all know how y'all do, right.
Be flexing and
Y'all
going
right.
out.
Y'all know how y'all do.
Y'all look good too. Don't be scared to say it. You know, don't care if nobody hear you. Hold your head up. You know, you put in the work. You deserve to praise yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
So just get rid of them negative thoughts.
Right.
Yeah.
Replace them with positive thoughts.
Right.
And another thought too,
That could be harmful to your health.
yeah, that when you have children, one of the things you could do, you can learn from this is, you know, tell your daughters and how beautiful they are.
Yes.
Tell your sons how handsome they are. You know, so that way they'll grow up with already hearing that.
Right.
You know, with my granddaughters, I would ask them, "Who's pretty?" You know, and so they would tell me, I am, you know, and they would be so excited because, you know, Nana is smiling at them, and so they know she's saying something good, you know, and so sashaying around sometimes with them, it was fun, and, you know, telling the sons, you know, you handsome, you know, you get that in them, but even though I told them that, you know, I still had to face my own self in the mirror as well, because I didn't grow up like that, but I had to learn to love me and look in the mirror and see something about me that I like, you know, because a lot of times if you don't find things that you like about yourself, it's easy to keep putting yourself down, and sometimes you can just make you some fake dollars or something. Better yet, just do the real thing. So every time you have a good thought about you, pay yourself.
Right.
That's a good idea.
Just pay yourself, you know, and pretty soon you'll be like, oh, if I keep on doing this, not only am I paying myself, I'm saving money to buy something, to do something with, you know, or to treat somebody else or your daughters or son perhaps, you know, and little things like that, you know, you can find to do that will make you happy, you know, make you bring you out of the sadness, and it's always good when you get with your girlfriends, your co-workers, and your family members, you know, and you just having a great time, and each one of you complimenting each other, you know, and just carrying on and acting like you, the people in from London and Paris, and you talk like them, you know, and talk, you know, and do stuff like that. That it kind of makes you feel a little prideful, you know?
Yeah.
I thought about embracing your uniqueness. Because sometimes, you know, if you look at yourself and you can't really find somebody else who really looks like you, like somebody you can relate to, just be true to yourself, or learn how to be true to yourself. Don't always try to fit in a box that somebody tried to stick you in, whether that's from childhood or adulthood. If you have an inner desire to look a certain way or be a certain way, just step into that, because that could help your confidence too. Because nobody can tell you how to be you. So don't let nobody try to mold you into something you don't want to be, because you'll never feel free inside.
Yes. And you don't have to fit in with everybody else. Like she basically just said.
Dare to be different.
Be unique. Uniquely you. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
And I was gonna say too, don't let other people's negative thoughts, you know, become your negative thoughts. Because a lot of that can stem, you know, from just what other people have said to you. So don't let that become, you know, your reality, what other people might think, or what other people, however other people might feel about you. Because at the end of the day, you know, you're the one that got to go home with you and sleep with you every day, you know. So you control how you feel about yourself. So don't let nobody else control that.
And their outcome don't have to be your outcome.
Right. That's right.
They could have did the same thing you did, and y'all have two totally different results.
Absolutely.
So you never know what'll happen unless you put yourself out there and try.
That's right. And another thing, learn to forgive yourself.
Yes.
Like if something went down that you just can't get past or get through, forgive yourself. Let it go.
Right.
Let it go and move on.
Yes.
Take your time to get your healing,
Yeah.
but don't stay there. Move on. And that will help you too to release those negative thoughts and think positive towards your future.
Yeah.
Well, anybody else got anything?
You was going to say something?
No, I was just thinking about the scripture and Psalms that talk about I am fearfully and wonderfully made.
That's right.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Yes.
Well, I got a few pointers I'm going to go over that I had to write down because I can't remember. I'm getting older. But that's okay. Still look good. One of the things is to practice self-compassion, just like I was just saying. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding, just as you would a friend who is struggling with forgiveness. Remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes and it's okay to be imperfect, just like we was just saying.
Yes. Give yourself grace.
Yes. Also, challenge negative self-thought. Replace self-critical thoughts with more balanced and compassionate ones. Instead of dwelling on your shortcomings, focus on efforts to make amends and grow from the experience. We just said that. Make amends if possible. If your actions are harmful to others, consider reaching out to apologize and make things right. However, recognize that forgiveness ultimately comes from within and may not always be dependent on external validation. Release the burden. Holding on to guilt and self-blame only weighs you down and prevents you from moving forward. Practice letting go of the past and releasing yourself from a burden of guilt and shame. Focus on the present. Redirect your redirect your energy and attention towards the present moment and positive changes you can make in your life right now. Set goals for yourself and take proactive steps toward achieving them. Seek support. If you're struggling to forgive yourself, don't hesitate to reach out to trusted friends, family members, or mental health professionals for support and guidance. Sometimes talking to someone can provide valuable perspective and help you work through your feelings. Remember that self-forgiveness is a process. It may take time to fully let go of the past. Be patient and compassionate with yourself as you journey towards healing and self-acceptance. Yes.
Agreed.
All right. Anybody got anything else before we go to Dear Gina?
Hope this helps.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I will say, just along the lines, it's funny that you said that about forgiveness because I'm in this e-group and we had class or a session yesterday, and the basis of it was about forgiveness. And my whole thing that I got out of it was just to practice forgiveness like every day, like daily. So, before something even happens to me, I want to go ahead and forgive whoever finna do whatever to me, I don't know, somebody might cuss me out on the road, but I'm going to go ahead and forgive this person for acting a monkey before it even happened. That way when it happened, I'm going to be like, I already forgave you. So it's going to roll right off my back. I'm not even going to feel no type of way about it because I already knew something was coming, and I done got over it already. Like, I done forgave you for it. So I'm not even going to be mad. I'm going to have a whole nother reaction now because I already forgave you for it. I started my day off with forgiveness. And then myself too, like you said, forgive yourself. Learn how to forgive yourself. So I practice that, and I try to do that on a daily basis because it just changes my mindset. Like I don't come into work angry are mad because I know that somebody gonna do or say something stupid, you know, like if I'm already forgiving that person for doing whatever to make me upset, then, you know, I have a whole different mindset. I'm not thinking negatively when you come my way anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I wanted to add.
Okay. Let's get through these dear gens because we got quite a few. Dear Jim, life would throw you for many loops. When you go through a traumatic event back to back, even the strongest will get hit with low self-esteem and negative thinking after a while. I basically spent the majority of my life digging a pit full of negativity about myself. At one point, I started to climb out, and then it was like another cycle of negativity began to throw me back down the pit. Once again, I'm slowly digging my way out of this negativity pit. That's a lot of the tongue twist, but I'm gonna get through it. Every day is basically a challenge, and it's like I have been extremely intentional about how I care for myself and how I allow myself to open up. I'm not sure if I'll ever reach 100% positivity about myself, but I'm doing my best to celebrate each moment where I appreciate who I am as I am. I don't guess it was a question, but that's good. You should appreciate who you are as you are, because one thing about it, we are the way God made us. Now, if you got the money and you want to change, buy yourself some changes, you're free and able to do that. But for the most part, you get one life, and the way you come is the way God made you. So you should love yourself and appreciate yourself how you are.
Right.
And you should celebrate yourself. Like we were saying, every little milestone, just celebrate it. You know, do something for yourself. That helps as well with staying positive and having a positive outlook on life. So yes, climb on up out of that pit. Don't stay there. Don't stay there. You don't want to do that. Just whatever it takes, dig your way out. Get help. If you need help, reach out for help to help you get out of that pit. And if you feel like you're going back that way to fall back in that pit, grab on to somebody, hold on to somebody. If it's your kids, you know, look at what you can do for them to help motivate you to work toward keeping yourself from going back. I'll say, prime example, if a mother, single mother, have kids and she working and she paying all the bills and raising the kids and doing everything she can, but it just seems like it's never enough. The kids want things that she can't afford, and she just feel herself going down and getting depressed. Just look at it in a different light. You got your kids. You got good health. You working to give a better life, get them a better life. Like, that's something to celebrate. It could be worse. Thank God it's not. So every little moment, celebrate it. Everything that you have, be thankful for it. Be grateful.
Celebrate you.
Anybody want to comment on this before I go to the next? All right. But keep doing your job.
Yes.
Dear Jen, how can I develop the habit of positive self-thinking? Every time someone gives me a compliment, I automatically say this, but this is wrong, or that is wrong. We just talked about it. For example, if they say I have nice skin, I'll come back with, but it's oily or dry, or I have pimples. Why can't I just say thank you? I don't have low self-esteem or anything. I'm just not comfortable receiving compliments. Is there something I can do to improve this issue? Any advice would help. Yeah, girl, look in the mirror.
Yep. Look in the mirror.
Look in the mirror. See how beautiful you are. We don't care about your pimples or your oily skin or dry skin or whatever. They tell you got good skin. Take them at their word.
Right.
You know, just say, yeah, I got good skin. Don't, you know. be glad that somebody gave you that compliment. Don't talk down on yourself. Like, and I know it's easier said than done, especially if you've been doing it all your life. But from this point on, just say, yes, thank you. I work hard for this beautiful skin.
Yes. Right.
I appreciate it. You need me to give you some tips, you know, anything, but stay positive.
Right.
You got this.
Yes. Yeah, definitely, because there's no need in buying all the soap and the different creams to put on it if you're not going to, you know, accept the compliments.
Right.
And, I heard somebody say, stand in the mirror for 5 or 10 minutes a day, you know, and just say, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, you know.
Yeah.
I have a beautiful nose, beautiful eyes. Just start complimenting, you know, how you look, you know, and maybe that'll help you out doing that.
Yes. You hear me, as old as I am, I still say in a heartbeat, I still look good.
Yeah.
And I dare you to say anything else. But yeah, you got to tell yourself.
Have the confidence.
Yes. Tell yourself you look good. Because if you don't believe it, who else is going to believe it? You're walking around with your head down, just, oh, poor is me. No, we don't do that.
Right. 'Cause you got to have that air about you that, you know, when you walk in a room, everything stops, you know, because you walking through.
Yes.
Isn't there a song that said, some song that says something like, see me when I walk through? Okay. Pat yourself on the back, and they'll see you when you walk through.
Or walk.
Maybe take some selfies without the filter.
Yes.
So you can appreciate your beauty
Yes.
as you are.
Yes.
And
go without your makeup sometimes.
Right.
Like,
I
be
like
natural.
To do natural.
Yeah, be natural.
I like to switch it up. I like to be versatile. So even with my pictures, like sometimes I got selfies in my phone where I'm just laying in the bed being goofy or like hair all over the place, but I call that my natural beauty. Like, I woke up like this. Like, I might not post it for everybody to see, but it's for me. Like, no matter what phase I look in, like, I know how to switch it up. I can be cute just laying in the bed, not nothing done, or up and did up, you know, top to bottom. I can switch it up.
Right. Wake up looking like a raisin sometimes. I do. But I just push my face together a little bit. It's like, girl, you still look good.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Because that way, that air of confidence, anybody can say anything bad about you, it won't even phase you. It'll roll off your back like water off a duck. Like, come on. We got this. Okay, the next, dear Jed. I think I'm missing one. Dear Jen, I am of dark complexion, heavy set with natural curly tight hair. When I look in the mirror, I don't like what I see. Girl, what? Some of the men find me attractive, but I don't feel comfortable in my skin. I want to feel sexy and free, not worried about what people think when they see me. Growing up, I would get called mean and hateful names because of my skin color. And I think the resentment towards myself has carried over into my adulthood. What can I do to break free from the uncertainty and the disenchantment of how I look? And how can I accept who I am and fall in love with myself? Signed, I wish I wasn't so dark.
Love the skin you in.
That's right. You gotta love the skin you in, honey.
You gotta teach your mind new thoughts. And it's a song that popped in my head. I like listening to it. It's Brown Skin Girl, I think.
Yeah.
Listen to that like on repeat.
Yeah.
And maybe if you like see other women with your skin tone, you know, they're flaunting their beauty and stuff, that'll help you notice the beauty you really have, you know, how beautiful you are. Because just by her reading that and me imagining what you might look like, I'm like, okay, curves, she got the curls popping.
Let me tell you, you got the complexion for the connection. So
Right.
you in there. Yes, yes.
Because you think about, you know, the lighter skinned female, man, you think you got problems. The lighter skin got the problems.
Don't let them fool you. They ain't voicing it, but they got problems.
But they got them, you know. The little black spots that get on shows up, you know. So, you know, don't feel bad about, just love the skin that you're in.
Yes.
Because if you was supposed to be any other color, guess what? You would be that color, you know. So, and think about it this way. The scars, you hardly gonna see them if you're darker skin. You know, browner skin, lighter skin, they have to worry about that. They have to worry about if it's dark around the ankles, dark on the toes, and you can just flex your body. You know, you don't see all that.
Yes.
You know, and so you know the lighter skin, they trying to find the body spray. You know, spraying everything up so it look like they golden and look like they ain't got no marks on them.
Right. And when I grew up, they always told us the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. So you the sweet one.
Yes.
And I bet your skin might be so smooth, right?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Can't even see the pimples that hardly in there. You know, you got that flawless look.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
be happy. Celebrate yourself.
Yes.
You know, for the skin that you have. You know, just enjoy yourself. But only you can do that.
Book a photo shoot.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be great. Yes.
And there's nothing wrong for you ladies out there that wear the makeup. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
All we're saying is go natural sometimes.
Yes.
Look at yourself in the mirror and love on who you naturally are. Like, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. I don't care what marks you got on you.
Right.
I don't care how you shade. Love you.
Love you.
Love you. Get rid of those negative self-thoughts. Get rid of them.
I remember when we were kids and someone would say, "Oh, you so ugly."
Kids, man.
You have to
Be
buy
hard.
that. I know you are. I know you are.
Right. Yeah, you sure are.
Yeah, I know
Takes
what
one
I
to
am.
Right.
But what are you?
No, I got one. Sticks and stones. We used to say that all the time.
Yeah, we had a lot of those little talks. And the kids are, as you stated earlier, you know, people can be so mean, but I always say, kids have no filters, you know, and they just gonna say that thing and it can come out real hurtful, but that is a learned behavior.
Right. Exactly.
And so if you allow your children to do that, they'll grow up, not only will they do that with siblings, but they'll be doing that to other people. So it's just nice to be nice in this world with everybody and, you know, say nice things. It's great to compliment people. Not so much as to compliment so you can get one back, but genuinely mean that.
Yes.
Because you don't know how a person might be feeling that day about their looks, or you know, they run out of the house and they haven't had time, and they coming out with the bonnets on, or coming out with, you know, just barely dressed, but that's all they had time, you know, to do, and just something nice. Be like, oh, well, wow, the way I looked, and they said something like that can change a person's whole day. So let's try to throw it out there and be nice to people.
Oh, that's great. I'm probably gonna say
Go ahead, girl.
I'll be like, I bet bet you look so much better with that bonnet on. I could just only imagine.
Yeah, but the bonnet is a little far.
Yeah, the bonnet do have its place now.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
In the
then-
home.
Because, you know, the fellas, they do normally want to jump at us, you know, when we out and about in public places and we have our bonnet on. And so, you know, we just got to find ourselves in a place where, you know, to dress appropriately, even with our headgear. You know, the baseball cap or another type dressing hat is better than the bonnet. You know, get up in time enough to do your hair, slick it back, do a ponytail, even if you're running in and running back out. If you know, you may just have to take it down and run back home and do it when you're doing whatever you got to do. But let's represent with the sisters.
Right.
Oh my God!
For real, like real talk.
We do, because that's the thing that is being said about us. And so, you know, back in my day, women dared to come out of the house like that.
Right. Yeah.
You know, they got up in time enough to fix that. But we have a whole new generation of people that just don't care, but yet looking for the fellas to look our way. And we can't expect them to look out of our way and get excited about a bonnet being on our head.
We
You know,
look
now
like we just hopped out.
yes.
Yeah,
So
going out in public
let's
with
show them what
pajamas
we got.
on.
You know, that's it right there. That too.
Come on,
So,
ladies, we can do better
we can
than
do
that.
better than that. You know, you got to go in expectation. If you don't have one,
Yes.
we need to walk in the stores, Walmart, wherever you go. He might be there, so let me make sure I got myself together.
Yeah, you're representing yourself.
You represent
every time you
yourself,
step
yeah.
out. So if you stepping out with them pajamas on, that bonnet on, you're looking real lazy.
Right.
Like,
That's it.
yeah, you're a
Looking real
lazy representation of yourself.
That's it right there. You know.
And nobody's saying that you got to have on 6-inch heels,
No,
right,
mini
right.
skirts, and all that.
Absolutely
But you
not.
know how to dress. We ain't got to tell you.
Right.
You know.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, because guess what? If you get him, then you'll still run out the stores with a bonnet on or with your pajamas on. And so, and then you want to smack him upside the head because he's looking at the woman that ain't got that.
Right.
Come on.
Exactly.
So we setting a double standard, and we
Yeah.
can kind of take that down a little bit,
Absolutely.
you know. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And the same goes for us women that are married, and then we getting too comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walking around looking any kind of way 24/7, but you know,
I was at the hair store yesterday, and I saw posters. You know, at the hair store they got those posters, and I looked at the females that was on the post. I was like, man, black women are some beautiful women.
yes, we are.
That's all I saw on the posters now. It is some white women that are very beautiful Caucasians, you know, that are very beautiful, Asian, all race is. I'm just saying what I saw on the posters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I did.
Black and brown women.
They trying to target us. So they got
Fly,
us on them.
you know, and I'm like, man, see, you know, so we got to represent, you know.
Yes, ladies, pat yourself on the back.
Yeah.
Because it
you
could be any one of us on that
just the
flyer.
way you are.
That's it right
That's
there.
right.
That's
right.
it.
You never know. You might walk out the door 5 minutes after you get out of the side and say, "Oh, I'm looking for somebody to look like you. Go to
Right.
the cover of my magazine."
Right.
You
That's
never
it.
know. You never know.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be caught in pajamas and bunnies.
I know, right? I always have these crazy thoughts like, yeah, I'm going to be walking somewhere. Maybe a producer be scowling through the neighborhood. And he'd be like, oh, come back here. Will you walk again? You know?
Perfect face. Oh my God. You just never know. Who might
never
be looking
know.
and watching.
And they do be looking.
Oh, yeah.
They really do.
They definitely
They
be
do.
looking. They definitely looking.
They
Yeah.
might look at you with your pajamas and bunny on. Oh no, she ain't it. But even in your pajamas and your bonnet, you still lit, but you just
Right.
need to represent.
Right.
Okay?
That's
Saying
it right
you
there.
ain't it because you wear pajamas and
Right.
bonnets, because I wear them too, but I'm still that girl.
You wear them at home.
Woman, well, yeah, I wear them at home. There's a place and a time and a time and a
Right.
place.
Mhm.
But anyway, you do you, because I do me. This has been another good conversation at Check That Pulse Podcast. You can follow us on TikTok or Facebook at Check That Pulse, and on YouTube at Check That Pulse Pod. Hit the like and subscribe button. Turn on your notifications so you know every time we upload a new episode. You can write a Dear Jen letter to checkthatpostpod@gmail.com or text 866-311-2251. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, check that. Check that. Check that. Check that. Check that. Check that.